Ladies and fictional men, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new, hi, I'm Kit. Today's video we are joined by someone. Meet Coda. This is my dog. I've had him since he was a puppy. He just don't know if he likes camera, which is why I tend to film in a way where he's not on show. And today's video I'm going to be doing my July and August TBR, and my dog is going to help me. So the way this one's going to work is I'm going to pick a prompt from the TBR jar, and then I'm going to pick 2 books that go with that prompt, and then my dog is going to choose from those 2 books, and in total I'm going to have 10 books in my TBR. Let's do the first prompt, shall we? Oh, it's a thin one. Please be an easy prompt. Read a book the same genre as the last film you watched. The last film I watched was Fear Street. Do I have any horror books? So before I actually get my dog to choose, I found my 2 books. One of them I feel kind of cheating. One is a dark romance. So this is Skin of a Cenobite Athena St. Graves. This is for blurb. No one tells you what to do when a boy who shattered your heart comes back to steal it. Roman Rivera was my everything once upon a time. I found my knight in shining armour in the form of a fellow foster kid. He protected me and promised to stand by my side forever. But Roman Rivera is a liar. He left me with monsters. 3 years later, I found him in the middle of the night, soaked in my family's blood and carved his initials into my foster brother's skin. He tied me up and dragged me away from the life I had made without him. I tried to run, but he chased me. I wanted to scream, but the sound never came out. He says that I'm never getting away from him. He says he's back for good. I don't believe him. I don't know if this is a dark romance, but it kind of sounds horny, so I'm going to allow it. I forgot I had this book. So Fear Street by R.R. Stein. This is where it all began. When Fear Street became legend, forever linked with danger, curses and things that go bump in the night. Go back to how it all started. To the moment when Corey Brooks fell for perfect, incredible Anna, only to learn that she's gone missing on Fear Street. Venture into the terrifying Fear Street woods where Meg Dalton's best friend Evan died under mysterious circumstances, and discover why only Meg can uncover the truth behind his death. Follow Della to Fear Island and learn about the terrifying threats that forced Della to confront her past, and the incident that occurred on the island between her and a dangerous stranger. And finally, return to Fear Street with Mark and Cara Burrows, who came home to find that their parents have disappeared, plunging them into a nightmare of chaos that neither of them could have predicted. The only thing they know for sure is that though Fear Street may be a mystery, that everyone escapes such an evil place alive. So I have read some of his other books. I've read Goosebumps, and some of them I liked, some of them I didn't. I hope I like this because I love the Fear Street films, except for Prom Queen. Go on, Coda, it's one of these. Which one? Okay, thank you, buddy. I apologise in advance for the amount of angle changes this video has. He chose Skin of a Sinner. I'm excited for because this sounds really good. My dog's right here. You know what's coming, don't you? Okay, oh, it's a big one. Please be an easy prompt. Read a book that has black and green on the cover. I found Game On by Professor Allen. This is the last book in the Lights Out trilogy. It's a enemies to lovers between Tyler and Stella. Here's the blurb. Enemies to lovers collide in this scorching hot dark romance from a multi-million copy bestseller. I hate that woman. Tyler Newman has spent years looking for his father, planning to destroy him. He'll manipulate whoever he can to exact his revenge, including Stella McCormick. She's everything Tyler hates. Her wealth and privilege have protected her for her entire life. Tyler thinks it's time she finally paid the price. I hate that man. Stella might not believe in love at first sight, but loathing at first sight, no question. From the moment Tyler strolls into her tattoo parlour, oh my god, I love it. She knows he's the devil here to make her life hell. Forced to play the part of his girlfriend, and it's fake dating, oh my god, and invite him into her family's glittering circles. Stella quickly clocks Tyler's ulterior motives, Love and hate are two sides of the same coin, and soon she doesn't know what's worse, being blackmailed by a man who wants to ruin her, or that they can't keep their hands off each other. That's so good. I've read Lights Out, Caught Up, and The Kings of Kearney, and the other book I'm going to talk about briefly, due to who wrote it, Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets. And the only reason why I'm picking this one is because it's the only one I own. I bought it years ago before I knew anything awful bad stuff about her. And other than King of Envy, I don't have any other books that are black and green, and this one is the 5th, and I haven't read the previous ones. And even though you can read them out of order, I don't like doing that in a series. So yeah, hopefully Coda picks this one. If not, I shall cry. Oh my god, I love you so much. My dog made the right decision and picked Game On. I'm already excited. Imagine if all the books are dark romance. Not that you can see them very well, but my notepads are here. I want this one. This was the notepad. So it's it's just essentially cream and tan. This is probably the worst match I could have made, but I don't have any books really that match that. I have 3. So I have King of Wrath by Anna Hong, which I know nothing about. It's about Dante and Vivian. They were mentioned in Twisted Lies. I have P.S. I Love You, and I have Geisha by Lisa Dolby. Do you know, I'm gonna get my dog to pick between these two. So my dog has chosen, and it's no longer romances. This is a non-fiction, and I believe, yeah, it's a biography about herself. Lisa Dolby, author of The Tale of Murasaki, is the only non-Japanese woman ever to become a geisha, and this is her story about it. Next prompt is: read a book you've read before but you've been wanting to reread. Oh, easy. I know one, which is this one. Time to find another one. The other is a dark romance. Give me a second. This was the first ever dark romance that I read, and it's one that got me into the genre. And since then, I've read of Honolulu. I've read the Her Soul to Take trilogy, and I've also read the Losers Duet. So he picked A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Read a book that has been translated. Okay, I know exactly what my translated fiction is. So the picks were Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead by Olga Tokarczuk. I'm sorry for mispronouncing it. She supports AI, so I'm just going to put that book to the side. But my dog ended up picking The Children of Hiroshima, a true story of how I searched for my family and ruins of the city. So this book takes place in 1945 after the Hiroshima bombing in Japan, and it just follows this child as they try to find their family. Right, next prompt is, please be an easy prompt. Please be a good prompt. Read a book the same genre as your current TV show watch. I'm currently watching Batman, so a comic. Okay, I'm just going to pick 2 of my comics then. So, for comics I have picked Nightwing Rebirth and Batman Ween Family Adventures. He picked Nightwing Rebirth, which is, funnily enough, the comic that I didn't buy for myself and instead got for my birthday. Next prompt. This one's going to be difficult. I need to find a book that begins with the letter K. My books are no longer in alphabetical order, so I'm going to have to hunt. Turns out I do have 2 books that begin with K. King of Wrath, because I have the King series, and Killer Instinct, which is the next book in the Natural series. as you guys saw, he picked King of Wrath by Anna Huang. Okay, I've picked 3 prompts, so I'm just gonna get them out. A book that reminds me of my favourite song. My favourite song is Iris, so I'm gonna pick a book with flowers on the cover. So I have picked 2 books, and that is Belladonna and Felix Ever After. So we picked Felix Ever After, which is a queer book. Okay, so the next one is read a book by a male author. Let me find 2 by a male author. Done. I have Peter James Dead If You Don't, and I have A Problem with Perfect by Philip William Stover, and this is a MM romance. Okay, he picked Peter James Dead If You Don't. One more prompt next to me. Read a book that has a map. Okay, so a fantasy book. Let's find one. I actually nearly gave up on this prompt. So first book I have is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, and the reason why I nearly gave up is because I don't particularly have a lot of fantasy books that will have a map. I found a bookmark, funnily enough, which is from Pocoso. And the other book is also by Leigh Bardugo, and it's 9 pounds. Ready? Go on then! Good, what's this? Oh. Now, for books my dog picked for me to read were Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, which is, I think, a dark academia fantasy. Peter James Dead If You Don't, which is a thriller. Felix Ever After, which I think is a love story. And then he picked King of Wrath by Anna Huang, which is a romance. He picked Nightwing Rebirth, which is a comic book. The Children of Hiroshima, which is a biography. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, which is a YA mystery. He picked Geisha by Liza Dalby, which is a biography. He also picked Game On by Nafessa Allen, which is a dark romance. And firstly, because obviously the first one he picked Skin of a Sinner by Athena St. Graves. So comment down below if you think I should get him to pick all my TBRs, or if you think I have a good TBR this month. Follow me on Instagram, because I'm not active on there than I am on YouTube. And now I've got to take a picture for next month, and I've also got to put